Most people think revenge is loud. Mine was silent. The worst legal thing I ever did, I let the man who stole my career walk away with everything he thought he wanted. When I joined the company, I wasn't chasing promotions. I just wanted stable work. Over 3 years, I built automation systems that saved everyone hours every week. Whenever something broke, people came straight to me because I was the only one who understood how everything worked. Then our biggest client announced a massive new project. Management called it Project Atlas. For 8 months, I practically lived at the office. Late nights became routine, weekends disappeared. I designed the system, solved impossible bugs, and built a platform that exceeded every expectation. My coworker, Ryan, was assigned as project coordinator. Officially, we were partners. In reality, I built everything while Ryan spent his days in meetings with executives. Presentation day arrived. Ryan told me the technical team wasn't needed. I'll represent us, he said. An hour later, I heard applause. People started congratulating Ryan. One coworker smiled and said, "Amazing presentation. Ryan said he built the whole platform." I thought he was joking. He wasn't. Every diagram, every solution, every sleepless night had been presented as Ryan's work. I confronted my manager, expecting him to fix it. Instead, he shrugged. Ryan communicates well with leadership. That was the moment I stopped caring about recognition. 2 weeks later, Ryan was promoted. Corner office, bigger paycheck, leadership title. At the celebration party, he walked over with a drink and smiled. I couldn't have done it without your support. Support. Not work, support. Everyone applauded while I forced a smile. Friends told me to fight it. HR suggested mediation. Neither would change anything, so I congratulated Ryan. I shook his hand, then I quietly made a different plan. His promotion meant he was now responsible for maintaining every system I'd built. The problem? He barely understood any of it. At first, he'd stop by with one quick question each day, then five. Soon he was messaging me before work, during lunch, and after hours. Whenever a server failed, whenever a client requested changes, whenever reports stopped working, Ryan came to me. I answered every question professionally. Not because I liked him, because I wanted management to believe he was doing a great job. Meanwhile, I updated my resume, earned new certifications, and interviewed during vacation days. Eventually, another company offered me nearly 3 times my salary, full remote work, bonuses, and stock options. I accepted immediately. The next Monday, I resigned. Ryan laughed. You'll still answer questions after you leave, right? I simply smiled. On my final day, I handed over every document my contract required. Nothing more. I wasn't obligated to write tutorials or train replacements beyond my assigned duties, so I didn't. 3 days later, Ryan called. I ignored it. Then came emails, texts, voicemails. The production system had crashed. Nobody knew how to fix it. I replied with one sentence: I'm no longer employed by your company. They offered to pay me for quick answers. I declined. My new employment contract prohibited outside consulting without approval. Breaking it would have violated my agreement. So legally, I said no. Over the following weeks, problems piled up. Automation failed. Reports stopped generating. Deadlines were missed. Ryan couldn't explain systems he'd never actually built. Management hired expensive consultants. After weeks of investigation, they reached one conclusion. The company had allowed the only person who truly understood the infrastructure to leave without transferring that knowledge. Ryan couldn't fake expertise anymore. The executives who praised him suddenly realized he'd never been the one doing the work. About 6 weeks later, a former coworker called me. You won't believe it. I probably will. Ryan got fired. The promotion that looked like victory became the reason his career collapsed. As for me, my new company valued results over office politics. Within a year, I'd earned another raise. I was making more than triple my old salary, working fewer hours, and enjoying my job again. People ask whether I regret staying silent. Not at all. If I'd argued back then, it would have been my word against his. Instead, I let reality expose him. Credit can be stolen, titles can be handed out, but eventually someone has to do the job. And when that moment came, there was nobody left to save him. The worst legal thing I ever did? I let him keep the promotion.